Daily meditation by binaurals to enhance learning outcomes by SNatarajan. Agenda for this is passive meditation. It is what, why, and how. Passive versus active meditation. Binaurals versus normal sound wave. Recent brainwave theories, developments, seven chakra yoga, gunas to gunasless state. Science of Om, its vibrations. Om's connection to brainwave science. SNatarajan's Om binaurals, Ananda meditation, and question and answers. Words, thoughts in meditation, we give the imperative. Time consuming. We are trying to control the mind through words and thought process. It can give different meanings to different people. For example, a brother or sister has got a generic meaning. It's a good meaning. But for somebody who has got a problem with brother or sister, it can have an adverse effect on the meaning of the word brother. So through words and meanings, if you want to control the mind, words can have a different meaning. The words are not universal. Especially some words have got multiple meanings. So words and thoughts have different meanings to two different people at the same time. What about the same brother and sister relation? Somebody has got a very big affection for this. Somebody has got a lesser affection, a normal affection. So the quantitative worth of a word is also different. Character of duality, the words have got a character of duality. Each word, because it's conceived by the mind in one way or the other, and some other person has conceived it in another way, meaning, so it has got a duality, and will take long time to achieve meditation through words, thoughts, and meanings. That's what we are coming to. It can happen, but it will take long time to achieve meditation through words, thoughts, and meanings. We are trained to do that. It's okay so far, it's going well, but how to improve it? We found out the reasons, and that we can address that. Alternative is, that's what we are going to give. It's a relaxation through Atmic principles with same vibration to everybody. So how we can show something that can give the same relaxation implied by the previous meditation techniques involving Atmic principle, but those Atmic principle with give the same vibration to everybody irrespective of the meanings. Impediments in conscious meditation, conscious, active, I am meditating state, mainly rajasic. I'll explain now. Thanks. Impediments in conscious meditation, mainly rajasic. Conscious is active, I am meditating stage. When we are doing that, body consciousness attached to the small I rather than the superconscious stage. When superconscious stage, you don't feel you are doing, and you are meditation itself. You don't have a separate identity. So second is mind chattering going on. There will be question, answer session going at the background in your mind. I asked in several forums whether anybody has got no mind chattering when they are in meditation. Nobody could answer the question with an affirmation. So that means everybody has got that. Even relent, I mean, just for a few seconds you pass and there is a question coming up. This is the As long as the body consciousness is there, this will be there. And there is resistance to control. Proofs are needed. Once you do a meditation, you go back and come back another time, and it will start from questioning the very concept of meditation. Why we are doing, all those questions come up. All these are created by words and meanings we have given to our brain systems. I'll come back to that later. Comparison of everything, religion and news. Okay, you sit with one yogic person or a meditative person, you do exercise and practice and you are very comfortable, you go back after a few years, you want to do that, somebody else will be there who will be teaching a different process. It's all could be, everything could be same. So immediately our mind started to compare things from religion. One religion, meditative or peaceful ways would be different from news. um, Everything is being analyzed in the mind. So when something is being analyzed, the mind is active. At that time, how can you be in a still silent? The purpose of the meditation is to keep you silent. It's not possible. And there is very fast jump from belief to non-belief and back. When um, belief systems, we imbibed a belief system based on religion, non-religion, everything, and he believes only a person, relative, friend, whatever he says, he believes. A relative told this meditation is good. An author said this meditation, this thing is good. So we go and do that. And the same author, if he changes his belief, what will he do? So it's the belief system goes from non-belief, belief, it come forward and forth, back and forth. So reactive to events, whatever events are happening, it is just a reaction. Mind followed by the body. First the mind goes somewhere, the body. The monkey mind, Baba said, in so many religions it said you have to control the mind. Here, by these things, we are trying to control the mind. That is a problem. Controlling a mind through words and meanings, it's quite difficult. It's not possible because we got thousands of languages. Each has got different meanings. So it's not happening so fast. Previous meditators have been sitting there. Mind should be acting. Rather, the mind it's like a monkey. It can do jump from this to that, so you can't have a fun. Implements in subconscious meditation. We talked about active I meditate stage as the rajasic. Implements in subconscious meditation. We talked about active I meditate stage as the rajasic. I can say it's my opinion, in subconscious meditation, mostly, I don't say it is, but it's mostly a tamastic one. Unless you've got that body consciousness out of your system, it's going to be tamastic. So when tamastic is there, subconscious meditating is based on bodily attained knowledge. It comes from bodily attained. It is, you sit there and the background needs to turn attention. Easily controlled, but easily loses control. Because, as Osho said, we are born as initially kamas, we follow everything. Only very teeny percentage of that goes on to the lion stage where they question everything, and later on, only handful of people go to the next stage, child stage, that is enlightenment. After that, you don't have any question at all. So, easily control, and a camel mind. But after some time it loses control and you have to just come back to slow the change. So the domestic quality is fast. So non-belief, belief and that. Practice just as someone told and for the sake of practice. So if someone told, we practice. But it's not for them. Reactive events in mind keeps it there. So it goes into the inside of the mind. There's no bad in the background. Even the non-belief, it is not questioning. Constant preparation in meditation. Life preparation in meditating is to slow, reactive, inertia, domestic fast. Seven chakras vibration. We'll go to the next one to show what they are. The aura, you notice Sanskrit words going on there. Watch the next one. Here, body and mind, yogic science. This gives a very good view of what we are talking about today. So, seven chakras controlling human body, and they are the connection between body, subtle, and so here Mooladhara, that's a creative energy. Swadhisthana, absorption, growth. Manipura, inspiration, creation. Anahata, so these three are grass. That's they got grass formed. They are physical. They are totally connected to the physical formed world, formed body. From physical body, we are moving from this chakra. This is our chakra, Anahata. That's where the heart is there. It is the point of love, sharing, equilibrium. So this is Visuddha. Visuddha is throat chakra. Philosophy, expression, all those. Ajna, perception and intuition is constant. Sahasrara, this is thousand that we normally talk about. So you notice this is physical body. Physical realm. This is connected to the causative ajna by subtle elements. This is the Anahata. This is the ultimate. So in yogic exercise, normally we say all the seven chakras should work without any blockage. It's good. But the total energy normally should be at the subtle level to understand what is happening inside. Once it is we are not understanding the world as to be, so there are so many conflicts happening. Differently. Just about an material drive elimination. And we are now coming to the five elements of the body and their connection to the seven chakras. Here, connection is here. This is Mooladhara chakra. And above that is the water element. Above, behind genitals, sensual drive, reproduction organs. Navel, here the navel part, needed for willpower, power, guard, digestion, organ. Right in the physical heart, love, compassion, that. So this air, water, fire, air, and throat is connected to Akash, with ether, spiritual class. These five are connected only partially. Each one is only a part. They are not total. Uh, they represent only one of the elements, one of the five elements. So they are not, if there are any knowledge or we think from these things as a tool or an element, we don't get the full picture. We just get the partial view of like a elephant being saved by a blind man, and he says, one says it, one saw the trunk, he says elephant is like raw or something, but the other person who sees the trunk, he says differently. So the same thoughts are anywhere here. Through these parts, we are seeing them differently. But when it comes to the subtle element, these two at the third eye, we call this a third eye. This is intellect. So this is the combination of all the five elements, and this one. This is explained differently. We just put a body here to understand just about an material drive elimination, and we are now coming to the five elements of the body and their connection to the seven chakras. Here, connection is here. So when we do the proper meditation, we talk about the seven chakras. From seven chakras, this kind of colorful emission, the aura, is even when somebody saw Satyasai on Puttaparthi, so many scientific reports are coming through that big white light is seen there. So when we are talking about the proper meditation, how we can do all this meditation, we talk about the impediments. Once it can be achieved, once it is achieved, this kind of aura is emitting and it pervades the entire atmosphere. It connects to the total world. It has to start. Probably we start from here, there, we go to this level. It takes quite a long time, but it's achievable. So we now go from visual elements to the sound elements. How these seven chakras are represented as sabda, that is sound. So this is that we talked about Om and other things. I'm just giving you these Mooladhara is represented as Swadhisthana. You can connect to Swadhisthana just by thinking about that place and just say this you can see the relaxation here below the navel point. When you want to touch the navel point, this is your stomach point. You say it connects it. When you want to touch the heart chakra without even doing anything, just visualizing and saying you can feel the happiness, delight in your heart chakra. And when you say hum, it goes from your heart chakra to throat chakra. So from here, after this, as we mentioned, gross. So these are all totally connecting the body elements as their physical structure. Here it becomes subtle. This yam can connect to this as well as this. So, um, and after that, small that's the third Ajna. After that, we talk about that becomes a resonance. So this is how we have the land, Muladhara, Ram, Sudhisthana, Ram, Manipura, Yam, Anahata, Siddha, Now we are talking about sound and connection to the silence to the sound. I asked a question, how were the form? It is there in all religions. Hindu religion, it says, I created the world. And in Bible it says God created the world. When He said world be, it came. Same thing in a different wording is said in Islam. It says Allah created the world when He said, come on, the world be, it came through. So this world has got a resource. The world was not formed by anything else except a word. So that word is, we'll talk about Om later, that anahata, that doesn't have duality, that's only one single. So that vibration is not the vibration of Om. So you can see this Yam is the connector of all these chakras. Same way, this last S is connected to the universe. Through this only the entire universe and God connects to us, and He talks to us here. When it reaches here, He can immediately come there. So that's why we always say your love, affection, truth, that matters. So He can any day come as an auditor and come, whatever is there as an asset here, you take it. You are judged only by this. The assets you got here, they are all what? Your experiences and how you collect them as love, affection. It's not even physical history of what happened. It's about only subtle, very, very subtle. You don't need to come up where it happened. You don't actually store them as events happen in a place with many people or that. It is just stored as subtle element. It is strengthened more and more love. This is strengthened and strengthened. It becomes more subtler. The more it's subtler, the universal fabric of superconscious can immediately contact, no blockage at all. So, common M is the connector, that is silencer as well. As long as all these chakras have got some sound, Muladhara and sexual urge is there, it is sounding, it gives all the kind of this girl is good. All these noises are coming from here and it reaches here, so we can't even listen to the God's messages. When it is in Swadhisthana, that's different. Same thing. Ram, it's in the, when you're full food is there, and you can't even recognize where your belly is, nobody can come and talk to you. So there are a lot of sounds. So this is how we have the land, Muladhara, Bam, Sudhisthana, Ram, Manipura, Yam, Anahata, Siddha, Now we are talking about sound and connection to the silence from the sound. I asked a question, how now we see sound to silence the elements, etc. We talked about before, sound that is not made of two things striking together is the sound of primal energy, the sound of the universe itself. So you hit one thing with the other to create sound. You rub one thing with the other to create sound. One thing is touching the other to create a sound. This is the normal sound. Sound, only one sound in the entire universe that is created without two things striking together is to be the primal energy, sound, that is the primal energy. That is the sound of the universe itself. So that is not dual, only one. That's why any religion is talking about God is one. It has got different forms. So that one resonates and be as one sound, primal element. The ancient says that the audible sound which most resembles this unstruck sound is the syllable Om. Om. So sound to silence of the elements and chakras. Okay. This ancient mantra Om is composed of 4 elements. The first 3 are vocal sounds. A. U is pronounced as they got a sound, the 4th sound, they got a sound there, is normal sound. The 4th sound, unheard, is the silence. See? If the M merges here, the 3rd eye chakra, and it comes back as just vibration that touches the heart, that is the silence it is creating in the heart. So that is the unheard sound. That is the sound of the universe, which begins and ends in the audible sound, silence itself. So once it touches, what happens? This thing touches the 3rd chakra, it comes back and touches the heart. Once it touches as a vibration, you feel totally blissful. You repeat it 100 times. Every time it touches your heart, you see the bliss. That is the bliss that is eternal. You are just that bliss. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. So, but we are thinking our enjoyment, our pleasure, everything is derived from the physical body, or just by saying something, just by talking something, just by eating something, just by listening to something. But that's not correct, because your eternal bliss is this. When it is in total silence, you get that bliss. The entire meditative process is not to control the mind, it is to silence the mind in total happiness. You are the total ananda, you are the total bliss. Once you realize that bliss, you don't want anything else, but the external forces make you look for something else that is less enjoyable as a good thing. So that is the Maya surrounding the eternal bliss. Om is the universal connector. Om resonates from sound to silence. Om touches the heart and reverberates as to bliss. So sound to silence, we are talking about the state of a person, the elements and the chakra. A, it's a waking state. U, it's a dreaming state. M, deep sleep state. So meditation, there are waking state, dreaming state, deep sleep state. So these three are represented. The resonance deep meditative stage, common, all the seven chakras are interconnected through Om when it resonates in the heart of silence. The perfect silence connects to superconsciousness of the Almighty, or whatever name we say. Om is the connection between sound and silence. We are talking about taking state, meditating state is daily, temporary state of being, daily preparation. How we prepare. We previously talked about the throat lifetime thing, but now we are talking about what time you are meditating, what is that? Waking state, dreaming state, deep sleep state, and resonance deep meditation. It happens every day. From this experience, previously what we talked about, the lifetime changes the life. So you have more for every old habit to go, a new habit to come in, it takes 40 days or something. That's called in mandala. Same way, when you are doing so. Meditation is a practice, not a knowledge. The more you do, daily, you close to it. Well, you are well. We talked about it before. It is life profession. So now we talk about all this meditation. How to overcoming things. What is first the goal of the meditation? Conscious to superconscious. We talked about it. And how it equals. This equals to the bird and meaning mind wave. This is where the meditative starting stage to the wordless, meaningless silence. This is what we want actually. Consciousness. This is the aim, ultimate aim of our meditation. But what is happening in the current practice? Current process of meditation. Establish wordly meaning thoughts based on belief system. We want to derive the meanings, words, and from there on some thoughts, and we want to rely on that. Somebody will believe this, somebody will believe. That's what is happening in the current practice. Current process of meditation. Establish wordly meaning thoughts based on belief system. We want to derive the meaning, words, and from there on some thoughts, and we want to understand that this religion, that religion, from that background, we formulate technique. We want to confirm the belief system, formulate technique to make belief firm and make subjects practice. So when you say mantra, we say you believe Krishna, Rama, you believe Jesus, you believe Allah. So this is the belief system we are creating. Slow, but what happens is it slowly silence brain and mind. It's happening. It's a good way of doing meditation, but it is not the fastest way of doing meditation. Fastest way of attaining our goals in meditation. Our aim is to silence our mind. The problem we talk about different words, meanings, or different meanings, duality. They are not. It is not silencing our mind. Just a temporary silence. If somebody else comes up and talks about something else, our mind gets agitated. It's not happening very fast. So now, what is the solution? We talked about the impediments and we talked about how it this is what we aim at. We want to establish something that does not rely on words and meanings. We should not rely on the words and meanings. Somebody believes in religion. He doesn't want to believe any religion. So immediate usage based on think of religions and science system without practice. It has to be like that. If they are talking about a system, it is fast based, bringing brain mind based exploring that possibility and how it works, it is working, and I will show you methodology. Before that, we are going to the science of brain waves. How? Okay, we are in meditation. We talked about seven chakras. We talked about tamasic, rajasic quality. But how it is seen in the scientific parlance now? The EEG is measuring our brain waves. When we put all the electrodes, everything, it can measure the brain, what is happening in our brain as waves like this. These are all sounds. So this is the stage we are normally beta 1340, 30 Hz to 40. Before that, I will explain what is a Hz is one cycle. How many cycles go up in when we put a quantitative technique, it's all presumed. So 13 cycles in a second to 40 cycles per second is mental wave that's going on. Normally this is associated with worry, stress, paranoia, fear, irritability, moodiness, anger, connected to weakened health and immune system, fully awake and alert, nervousness, depression, anxiety. People spend most of the time in the theta state. As someone explained the other day, we spend our life, just will take our life as 100 years. The first 12.5 years went as childhood. We can't understand the world, it's too childish to understand. The last 12.5 years go as old. I mean, we can't rationally think, our bodies are not working with us. So 25 years gone. And we need to sleep every day, minimum 8 hours, and another 4 hours for changing clothes and normal as activity as eating. Normal activities or must activities, that is subconsciously or willingly we are doing, including sleep, it takes another 12 hours. So 12 hours, if you reduce from the 100 years, it's 50 years gone. So out of the 100 years, 50 years gone, and 25 years gone in early childhood, child and old age, so we are left with only 25 years. In that 25 years, if you don't know the direction, what is the end point? In this 25 years, if you are caught up in this beta 30 to 40 without doing anything, you are tackled every day by the elements acting against you, TV, radio, whatever, company, your friend company, your lady friend company, who doesn't know they are not aware of all these things. What happens is stress, we maintain that stress, we finish our life, and we come back in another form that we think something better, but it's physically different, form different, but the same thing, we go back and forth, and we think several lives. We don't realize it. This is very, very unintelligent period of time when beta 13 to 46 stuff. When alpha, so if we come to this we talked about silence. Silence is essence. How anything can penetrate a wave going like that? No, nothing can. When it's slow, it can So many things can happen. Meditation is relaxation, and it's not exactly civic or simple. It's a rough idea. 7 to 13 next, meditation and relaxation begins. Effortless creativity follows. Powerful state of the harmonious, peaceful state, habits, fear, and phobia begins. Habits become and phobia. 48 days we are doing okay, it becomes habit and that's normal. So those things have to go only when the methodology. Before that, we are going to the science of brain waves. How? Okay, we are in meditation. We talk about seven chakras. We talk about tamastic, rajasic quality. But how it is seen in the scientific formulas now, the EEG is measuring our brain waves. When we put all the electrodes, everything, it can measure the brain, what is happening in our brain as waves like this is all brain. So this is the stage we are normally beta 30, 40, 30 to 40. Before that, I will explain what is the X. X is a one cycle in 1 second. How many cycles go up in our brain? That is called brain wave. Measured in X, not actual. Right? When we put a quantitative technique, it's all presumed. So, so 13 cycles in a second, in 40 cycles per second is mental wave that's going on, and normally this is associated with worry, stress, paranoia, fear, irritability, moodiness, anger, connected to weakened health and immune system, fully awake and alert, nervousness, depression, anxiety. People spend most of the time in the theta state. As someone explained the other day, we spend our life, just will take our lives 100 years. The first 12.5 years went as childhood. We can't understand the world, it's too childish to us. The last 12.5 years was world. We can't rationally think our bodies are not working with us. So 25 years gone. And we need to sleep every day minimum 8 hours and another 4 hours for changing clothes and normal activity as eating. Normal activities or must activities, that is subconsciously or willingly we are doing, including sleep, it takes another 12 hours. So 12 hours, if you reduce from the 100 years, it's 50 years gone. So out of the 100 years, 50 years gone, 25 years gone in early childhood, child and old age. So we are left with only 24 years. In that 24 years, if you don't know the direction, what is the end point? In this 25 years, if you are caught up in this beta 30 to 40, without doing anything, you are tackled every day by the elephant acting against you, TV, radio, whatever. Company, friend company, lady company. What do you want, bro? They are not aware of all these things. What happens is stress. We maintain that stress. We finish our life. And we come back to another form.
Why is that blue? Why is that blue? Blue.
And we take we realize
it's bored.
This is very unintelligent period of time when beta 30 to 40 days. Theories and principles. Okay, we talked about this. Senses and actions, waking stage, body, senses and actions. Conscious mind. So this is physical body, breath, and senses and actions will control in the dreaming stage, unconsciously we are controlling. Deep sleep, in dreaming stage, what we do, we see ourselves as a separate person, or we see other things as being out of our body. So deep sleep stage, you don't have anything, just subconscious mind, nothing unconscious. Fourth stage. So I'm representing them in a different manner to this. So we are distinguishing them as graph. Here, body, conscious mind, breath, external senses. There is gross mind. It is by the first three chakras we talk about. The subtle mind, this dreaming stage we call subtle mind. This is active. It is controlled by anahata and visita. And cashier, causal. I told you, whatever you are thinking here, it is happening outside the world. So this is causative. You don't understand. When we talk about death itself, you talk about birth itself. So you can even create a say planets. That kind of power is there here. So to attain that, you have to be an Atma, you have to be that kind of people, you can state totally in this condition, so you can cause, you can become a Brahma. You're going from Brahma stage to even Sahasrara stage, where nothing you are Buddha said, you go back to nothingness. But people misrepresent that as negative form. Nothing sunya. Sunyam is not the zero. It's not the correct word. You are in total happiness, then nothingness. Okay. Now we are representing the same thing, theories and principles of Om. How Om is represented like. Same thing, body form, breath and senses are understood by the letter A. Because A here has got full sound and meaning. A. Okay. U here it's active, half sound, half meaning. M, lowest sound, lowest meaning.
No one is bathroom.
Vibration, resonance.
This board is making noises now.
So brainwave, we can measure the dominant action of brainwave guide. So this is a rough guide. We talked about high mental activity. Design boundaries are not exact, universally accepted. There is no universally accepted standard. Okay. The dominant frequency determines our current state. That's what we talked about. For example, if someone's brain alpha waves are dominating, they are in the alpha state. This happens when mind is relaxed but awake. However, also other frequencies will be present. It doesn't mean there will be a burst of this wave and that wave. Dominant means at a time this is more than the other things are predominant. Mantras, okay. We come back to mantras, music, gospel speeches, pujas, etc. They were used after mind conditioning as to alter the state of brain to bring it to alpha, theta, or delta stages as per situation. We read all the saints, sat and sang Om, Krishna, Krishna, all these techniques involve the brain to understand and react. But the need was for the brain to stop thinking and mind. They are contradictory, but still people achieved it because of years and years of practice. Therefore, the desired effects are taking years to practice, and it could be achieved, may not be achieved in the lifetime. And if it is not achieved, you go back and come back. And once you come back, whether you are into the same path or not, we don't know. So this takes quite a long time, quite a number of births, maybe thousands. Bringing brainwave to desired frequency. Brainwave entrainment, brainwave synchronization. Okay, how to bring the brainwave to the state we want. We want alpha state. We want delta state, theta state. How we can bring that brain or mind wave to that state. This is a brainwave synchronization, the practice that aims to cause brainwave, mind wave frequencies to fall into step with a periodic stimulus. How we can give a stimulus, we'll discuss about it. Frequency corresponding to the intended brain state. So the sound waves. So anyway, the body parts, every chakra is creating sound inside. Whether you know it or not, that sound is going and touching the brain, and it creates a lot of waves there. So you can induce more predetermined waves, sound waves, to tell them, to make them follow it. So the pattern that is being introduced is being followed by the brain, so it can come down to that level. So usually attempted with the use of specialized software. It depends on the frequency following response on the assumption that the human brain mind has a tendency to change its dominant EEG frequency towards the frequency of a dominant external stimulus. So the external stimulus is often oral. This is also sound. So as in the case of binaural, we talk only about binaural. It can be mononaural, it can be isochronic tones, or else visual meditation, or with a visual meditation. So these things have got still meaning words. That's why I'm preferring binaural, dream machine, combination of two. You just try to synchronize everything with visual, oral, everything. The minute it goes out, probably you'll have a problem. So it's also like a temporary one. They also work. We can use them in combination, but this is what we are working on at the moment. Binaural. Binaural beats are two slightly different sound wave frequencies. One is, for example, 170 Hz. Another is 160 Hz. Binaural beats are two slightly different using stereo phone. You have to have a stereo phone, and one phone is connected to your left ear, another one is connected to your right ear, just like a stereo. When you are listening to your stereo through your CD player or a computer, how you listen, same thing, nothing different. So you have to listen to these beats through the stereo. One direct to the right ear. So what happens is the sound going to right ear is touching the left lobe of your brain, and whatever is going to the left ear is touching the right brain. That produces an audible beat-like effect in the way the brain receives both frequencies. They are used for brainwave entrainment, self-meditation. How do binaurals create a frequency? Binaurals use two similar frequencies. One played on the right channel of the recording and one played on the left channel. The combined stimulus simultaneous effect of these two frequencies actually produce an audible pulsating beat when listened to through headphones. In more specific terms, when say 170 Hz frequency is recorded on the left stereo and 160 Hz frequency is recorded on the right channel, the difference will be 2, result in a 10 Hz binaural beat, which will become the frequency for it. So your brain has been brought down to 10 Hz by introducing 170. So probably we think you got so many things going from your body parts and other chakras, they are around 150, 160. They are thought based or feeling based. They they are all diluted when sound of 170 is coming here, 160. They don't come and attack your brain. So these frequencies are working, and your brain, then it wants to discuss about this or that. There is no sound or no meaning. So what it does is it creates a 10 Hz waves. It's very smooth, slow. It's alpha level. So how it works? Left channel wave peak, left channel wave peak. So from one peak to the other. This is how it goes. So at the same time, the right channel waves are peaking at this stage. So this is the 10 Hz. Same thing. This is the 10. Slightly more after one cycle because they do not go that kind of behavior. Recent development. The brain is essentially picking up the phase difference of the two frequencies, which make up a binaural wave, which in turn creates a third frequency, an amplitude modulated sounding frequency. This is a wave-like fluctuating tone, which depends on the frequency, takes the brain that kind of behavior. Recent development. The brain is essentially picking up the phase difference of the two frequencies, which make up a binaural wave, which in turn creates a third frequency, an amplitude modulated sounding frequency. This is a wave-like fluctuating tone. Now we're going back to our understanding of tone. Now we understood the brain wave. We talked about chakras. We talked about the subtle, gross, all those things. Now we are going to go of which the resonance part is not sound but just vibration. Our body has 7 chakras and possibly another 2 chakra. I didn't disclose because it's not in the literature. I've done research. It's very important chakra. We go back to that later. All the chakras respond to this vibration and understand its commands. We are talking about the waves that are not beta. Each one responds for different frequencies. That's why we talked about health points, how each so many ailments can be cured through the exact resonance, exact vibration that's needed to cure. Each chakra has different elemental needs. Okay, we talked about what? The 5 elements. The Muladhara, it is here, and likewise we talked about all them. Each chakra has different elemental nature, different activity, but could be controlled by Om vibration. So all these things can be connected by Om vibration. They can be more. Their problems can be corrected. That they can be contacted. It's like a text messaging to your friend. He's responding like that. 2 brain lobes have 2 different functions. The carrier frequencies or tones or the sounds used on the right and left channels to create the band. Clearly, these tones must be pure and unmodified. The only tone that is pure is a sine wave. Same way, pure sound is Om is also. This is a sound wave that's a smooth and repetitive oscillation. This is what previously thought. So I correspond that to the Om. Sine wave at different moving speeds. You want to see how sine binaural wave, but we are trying to create through the sine wave. Slow, fast speed, it is Normal speed is more, it's double speed. This is the stage normally when we are stressed or so a lot of brain activity going. This is normal and this is on the lowest. So now we talk about science of brain, left brain and right brain functions. Why? I mean, we talk about the draws. I mean, from the philosophy. I mean, not philosophy. It's a Vedic angle, a yogic angle, uh, religious angle. Now we talk about the scientific angle. Left brain functions, analytic thought, logic, language, reasoning, science and math, written numbers, skills, right hand control. Right brain or awareness, creativity, imagination, intuition, insight, holistic thought, mystic awareness, 3D form, left hand control. So this is it. Actually brain is not two lobes as mentioned by scientists for some reasons, for different explanations, they take it as a left and right lobe. That's now we are talking about the two brain stages. Left brain functions in a different representation. It uses logic. It is detail oriented. It's facts and rules, just rule, regulation, everything, words and language. It relies on words and language. We talk about silencing our mind without words and language. Left brain is the instrument for words and language, present and past. It represents present and past.
Sorry.
Maths and science. It uses maths and science. Can comprehend anything, knowing acknowledges order, pattern, perception, knows object names, reality based thought. Actually, whatever you said, it is saying that reality. Forms and strategy, practical, safe. Always it relies on, it wants to be safe. It's like Osho said, it's a camel stay, one way of representation, that kind. Right brain functions as it uses feeling. It's more subtler. This is gross. This is more subtler. Uses feeling. It has got a big picture than this. It is not exactly body consciousness. It goes beyond body consciousness. Imagination as rules. It can imagine more than body thought. If there are rules, it can go beyond that and it can find out the basis of it. Symbols, and it relies on symbols and images. Present and future. Present and future. Yes, somewhere sattvic or rajasic, my interpretation. Philosophy, it relies on philosophy and religion. I can get it. We talk, you can recollect, we are talking about the subtle part of the chakras dealing with that. It believes, it relies on belief, it appreciates, it relates, feeling, spatial perception, it can create space, mind, that kind of, it knows the object and functions, fantasy based, mostly, I mean, if you, they can imagine too many things and it can be fantasy. Present possibility, every abstract you put, there is a possibility, you can find out impetus and risk taking. So we talked about how I'm just giving a definition of mind. So we talked about how I'm just giving a definition of mind. Mind is the is created by the constant agitation of left and right brain lobes representing duality. So left and right brain, as we discussed before, they represent duality. One represents physical, another represents reality. Mind formation itself is by chatting with the internal and external discussion. So the outside people discuss and inside also it discusses. These things are formed and formation of ideologies based on starting on the following with assertion to
Look at this. I'm taking it from a comfortable area. It's like,
logic. This is based on what happened now, what happened to our predecessors, what is told to us. This one is talking about what is ideal, what is correct, how the reality, what is happening now, and what is the ideal, how they connect all these things are going on the background, standing on the following assertion and elimination is very temporary. So it comes to a conclusion temporarily, but it goes back. So next day something else comes up, it discusses. So this kind of constant discussion and starting of the left and right brain is
you just see from your angle.
Shows your wealth. Your wealth.
அது ரெக்கார்ட் பண்றது next
Heart chakra and subclass of element that can be transmitted to you once you go to mature age. It is immediately transmitted to the divine and it is stored in your heart chakra. So from there, these are the things of I am talking. Nowhere I found this. This is my interpretation. You can have your own interpretation. I don't have a problem with that, but it will come down to the same thing. So the mind chattering is happening and it adds more to the wealth or it replenishes the wealth. So the thoughts and ideas, if it is related to the body consciousness, mostly what others say, I think it will wrong previously gained wealth also. You are going to the degradation stage here. Life path gained in thousands of years. There is no retrieval there. So if it is formed through the circular elements, there is the heart and above elements, and the most naturally from the third eye stage and the crown chakra, and we can understand what is your goal. That's why your direction, is goal, in life is already determined. You go in that path, your mind, body, soul, spirit, everything working in unison. You don't have a problem. So this left and right side, they got logic, intuition, detail orientation, big picture orientation, whatever believe the personal thought, personal future.
Mind natural.
7, 5.
Dominant part of the brain makes rules for the mind. For example, we talk about the dominant part.
Let's put it in the box and cruise it.
We talk about
Let's put it in that box and cruise it.
delta, beta. So, for example, logic derived from those. So, we are connecting them to the five elements. We are connecting them to the chakra. Logic derived from node form and structure which are formed by five elements. It is chanting. Because here, water, air, akash, all these things are transitory. Every day, whether it's every day, night and fire change. The fire, like the fire. So all these five elements are transitory. So logic derived from these five elements is It is tamastic. As it relies on it. So I've included this gunas as well in that. So I'm just compiling, I'm putting everything together. I'm not talking about one thing, I'm talking about the entire thing about your body, mind, consciousness in a scientific format to understand anybody, even without a religious. As it relies on present is comparison of the past.
ரெண்டு மூணு இருக்கா ஆமா ஒரே ரெஜிஸ்டர்ல
it is past. In the right row, it is present. So it's comparison. So it's commercial. For the past, forgetting that only the form is constant teaching. So the total bliss we talked about the vibration, it forgets about it. All these Maya, all these forms are just enveloping the pure bliss. So it is it's a rudiment. It's like a stone forming on top. It's a pearl on top of the pearl. The coating is like coating on, and you become bulk. So you are involved in the bulk rather than the subtle inside. Intuition derived from unknown and from imagination. This is the right part. Intuition derived from unknown and from imagination, present and future. It is also sattvic and rajasic, as it relies on present fixed comparison, and the future is not in our future. If it is related to the body or elemental form, then it is also not complete, as derived from its own perception. So these tamasic, rajasic and sattvic gunas are constantly chatting and trying. So I talk about brain starting, I talk about mind starting, I talk about guna starting, I now talk about the tamasic, rajasic, sattvic gunas are constantly chatting, trying to assess that. That's what we call it as mind. So this is the mind. If you remove that, your mind is gone. So what we are trying to do in meditation is to remove the mind itself. More so, you know how your karma, dominant part of the brain makes rules for the mind. For example, we talked about the dominant part. In scientific terms, we talked about beta, alpha, delta, theta. So, for example, logic derived from nodes. So we are connecting them to the part, to the stress. Alpha and theta states, they are learning tools. We talk alpha is a relaxed, concentrated state of mind, cyclical of a brainwave around 7 cycles a second. This is about 50% slower than the normal basic thinking state. It allows total concentration and synchronization of the left and right brain. This is the proper state for reading, listening, and other forms of information input. Theta is an even more restful state of mind, cyclical of brainwave around 4 cycles per second. This is the state. This is based on memorization phase in problem solving. These are the learning tools. Passively enhance learning time and outcome. We included Om and its resonance as a background of the alpha and theta meditation. We are talking about SNatarajan.com, Ananda meditation, F1, H4 track. So what we did was we included Om and its resonance as a background of alpha and theta meditation. This syncs the brainwave theory with the 7 chakras, gunas and gunaless, and their vocal representation and the resonance merge. In Anandam series, F1 to H4, 10 tracks adapted, available mainly alpha waves, to some extent theta waves in melodious sound waves that are 30 minutes in duration each. What it does is, it creates a fertile ground for new inputs. So you are so creating fertile ground for the mind to take more things. So learning outcomes will be more. So another facility is it takes out the rubbish created every day. You watch TV, you watch a horrible movie, horror movie, fight movie. So this can take out all that thing. It can resonate with your total bliss we talked about. So it gives you slowly. I mean, you have to do 30 minutes. The first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can't bring it to that level immediately. It can happen in the middle stages and the end stages. So it takes time every day, 30 minutes. We talked about S1 being used for, you have to do it for 60 days and move on to S3 at least likewise. So this tracks listen in stereophone headphones to send music separately to left and right ear will relax the mind state to alpha. After listening to these tracks, brainwaves will slowly be brought down to alpha inner stages and reading, learning, memorizing, logical problem solving could be faster, easier than normal. These tracks are available as paid download at SNatarajan.com, each track for $20. And when I talked in the SSC class for Sai Baba educators, we were offering them completely free at that time. Now also we can talk about how we can do. And if any group wants special analysis to particular group of students, I'm available so that we can evaluate. And if you want to try this, then you just go and buy that $10 and go from all. You can get all the tracks for $20. If you want any coupon code also, you can just email us at abconversation@gmail.com. It's not unattended. You just buy the track and send us a request or something. We always want to accommodate you, and we can work. We are working on the other projects to make it more and more concrete, so that your progress can be. This can be used for ailment relief, pain relief. So many functionalities are there for this. We are totally excited about this. Just go to SNatarajan.com. Yes, for sugar, NATARAJAN.com, or you can visit abpublishinghouse.com, and in the store you can get all this data. Thank you for listening, and enhance your mind and free yourself from stress. And G is alpha, beta is alphabetic. Any question and answer?